all set, Ryan?
Yep.
Yeah. So welcome to our Wednesday night Ceilidh for Coilston the Gaelic, the Gaelic College, and we're here live at the home of Mary Lee McNeil and James McNeil. Not the home in Christmas Island, but there are other residents here in downtown Mabu on Front Street. Mabu, just near the Red Shoe Pub. That's where we're at. And we're very thankful to them and to Cameron and Aidan and Emma for allowing us to come into their home here tonight to hear some great music, and as well for an important reason, because we're going to be doing some fundraising tonight. And all the donations here tonight that are made online are going towards the class trip for the grade 11 and 12 Gaelic class heading off to Ireland in March. So I encourage you to donate. Ryan's going to make sure it goes up. I'm going to mention it a lot of times through the night, and we're trying to raise money to help them and to make sure that they get on that trip and for a great experience for them. And we know that there'll be a lot of great memories from it. And we know that they'll learn a lot from it, and that adds value to not only the school but to the whole area. So the musicians that you just heard, Nina Tubman, and she wanted me to be very specific about this. So Nina is from Portage Road, and where's Portage Road, Nina?
In Wilburn.
Wilburn, Inverness County. Now, I don't know who's been to Wilburn. I'm sure there's lots out there. Downtown Wilburn,
Yeah.
And if you're wondering where it's at, it's not too far from Wakaba.
Yeah.
But Portage Road, so great to have Nina, and she's in grade 12 at Dalbrae. She's one of the students heading to Ireland in March, right?
Yeah.
And we're thankful to have her on her fiddle. And then we have Taya McDonald, Mabu Harbour.
Yep.
And I'll say more about Taya after a bit too, because she's going to play some more tunes. And she's a grade 12 student, also heading to Ireland. Right?
Yep.
And we'll hear her on piano and fiddle tonight, so it's great to have Taya. And we have Donald Gillis. He's not going to Ireland. Donald is, but he's been great to come out and jump on the piano. And Donald's in grade 11 at Dalbrae. And so if you donate tonight, maybe we'll send him to Ireland next year. So, Donald Gillis. And then Finlay McDougall. And Finley's from Hillsdale Road in Judic, and we'll say more about that. And it's great to have Finley here, and you're heading to Ireland as well. So that's it's a great opportunity for you. It's something you'll never forget. So please, if you can do it online, do it online. If you or pick up the phone and give us a call at the Gaelic College, and Ryan will make sure that information is there, or he'll put the email for our CFO as well. Whatever ways to get the funding to help these young people out. Okay, so I'm going to keep Taya here and Donald and Finley, and we'll give Nina a little break. All right, and we'll hear another tune from Taya. There's one of the interesting things is that there's some relations here. So Taya is actually second cousins with Donald on the piano, and she's fourth cousins with Finley, because Taya's her name was Catherine. She was a Rankin, and way up the line, and of course Finley's grandmother was a Rankin from Mabu, and there's a connection there. Okay. So there's that relation, and there's other connections too, where Taya actually had a great grandmother that came from Hillsdale, great grandmother came from Hillsdale Road as well. So there's lots of connections there. So anyway, enough of that. We'll get to the tunes, and what are you going to kick off, Taya?
I'm going to start with an E minor march by
E minor.
Ally McDonald.
Awesome.
Granny
Great.
Tang.
Yeah, Grandy Tang.
Yep.
So if you're from Grandy Tang and you want to give a donation tonight,
Just shout out.
this is for you, okay? Don't forget. off with Hull's Reel. And of course, Hull's Reel made by a relative of Finley's, Jamorris Rankin. And of course, Jamorris grew up, if you look out the window of this house, Jamorris grew up in Back Street and originally, and then of course moved up to the other house, just up the road. So great tunes, Taya, great tunes. And I was thinking about it, watching you three and Nina as well before. And I was just thinking, like, we're really lucky. The music's in great shape when you consider this, all of you. So we have great tradition bearers. And are all of you, I know Donald has been, I think Tay has been, students of the Gaelic College at one point in time? Not Finley. We won't talk about Finley tonight. No, so Tay has gone to the Gaelic College over time, and Donald's gone to the Gaelic College. And I think, Donald, you started piano at the Gaelic College. You didn't play before that.
No.
So if you want to play like Donald Gillis, take a look at the programs. So in all seriousness, there's programs are out there now for March break, and if you haven't signed up yet, there's still time. And the summer programs as well. The adult sessions were already out there. Next week, towards the end of the week, you'll see more information coming up with the summer programs for youth. And so I encourage people to, if you have a grandson or granddaughter, or a son or daughter, or someone please make sure you take a look at the information online. And it's a fantastic time. There's over 100 students that'll attend March break and take fiddle, piano, piping, step dancing, violin, all sorts, guitar accompaniment, and such. So. But I imagine someday, and I wasn't a student at the Gaelic College either, Finley. So, but I became an instructor there at one time in the mid-90s, and I have no doubt that Finley will end up being an instructor there someday because he's a great accompanist on the guitar. So, thanks a lot, guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
So we're gonna get we're gonna get some singing now. We're gonna keep Finley where he's at, and we're gonna get Lisa Cameron to come up, and Finley's mom. Now she's known as Finley's mom, and yes. So these students that are going off to Ireland, Dalbrae, so the students from the Judic, Craigish area, Port Hood, the Mabu area, Wilburn, Waukagam area, Orangedale, all different places are heading off, and they go to school there. So again, if you just kind of tuned in a little bit, all the donations for this are going towards their trip, and you can imagine it's expensive to head off, and it'll make a real difference. So if you don't mind, and you want to make a donation, this is a great time to do it, and it's all heading to the students. Okay. So Lisa Cameron grew up in Margery Forks.
I did.
And teaches administration now at Bayview Education Center, which is in Port Hood. Mm-hmm. And you live in Hillsdale.
Yep.
Road in Judic, big city.
Yep.
And it's always, you come from a musical family too.
Yeah, my mom played the piano, and my dad was a singer, and my brother plays.
And your husband.
And my husband, who's homesick tonight.
Yeah. So. Well, he can make a donation.
Yes, that's right. We're going.
All right, Vern. So I'll pass it on to you guys. You're gonna do. Are you kicking things up?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna do a song that I wrote, and then maybe we'll do something that everybody can
Sounds
join
great.
around a little bit too.
All right.
Do you mind if I tell a little story?
You
about
go
the
to it.
song? So this is a song I wrote one time when I was kind of in a bit of a slump with songwriting, and I think sometimes it's scary when you've written for a while and then you can't really focus, or you can't really get anything together. So it had been quite a while since I wrote a song. I once heard James Taylor say two things were absolutely essential for songwriting: solitude and isolation. And I said, oh my God, I'm never gonna write another song. Anyway, so I went down to the beach one day in Judic, and I took a book with me that I write in just in case an idea would come around, and nothing was coming to me. And then a lady came down the beach that I didn't usually see on the beach, Barbara Downey. She doesn't mind if I use her name. And she came right over to me and she said, "Oh, are you writing?" And I said, "No, I'm trying to, but I can't think of anything." And I said, "What are you doing on the beach today? I don't usually see you here." She said, "Well, it's August 15th, which is the Feast of the Assumption. And my knees are really sore, so I'm going to go in the water." And I said, "Oh." And she said her mother-in-law always went down to the water every August 15th. And as she got older and she couldn't make it down by herself, she'd always get someone to take her down. And then when she finally got too old to go down, she would get someone to get a bottle of water and bring it back to her.
Wow.
So she said, "So I'm going to go down to the water." And she said, "If you see me dancing at the next Ceilidh, you know that it worked." And so I was thinking, oh my gosh, like she just wrote a song right there. Like that's lyrics and all I have to do is put a melody to it. So I went home that evening and I wrote this song. And then I asked Barbara if it was okay if I wrote it for it. So this is called Down to the Water. versions of the song. My favorite one was James Taylor did a version of the song, and then I actually recorded this with Derek and Melody. They had heard it and they wanted to do a version of it.
Derek and Melody Cameron.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
come on, yeah.
So this is Hard Times Come Again No More. You can sing along on the chorus if you want.
Appreciate it, and it's beautiful stuff. The song you wrote is fantastic as well, so I encourage you. Actually, you have your CD, so watch for Lisa's CD. You have two, three. So 3 CDs out.
Yeah.
So watch for those CDs when you're out and about this year, and you'll be in for some great music. So.
It's really great playing with these folks too. Like it's he's gonna kill me, but it's an honor to play with the young people and with my kids. Like it's fantastic that this stuff is going on. It's great.
Well, I mean, he's obviously full of music, right? I mean, Vern and you and the families.
Yeah.
and you know, and music. I mean, and he has not just music on your side, but music on doing on the Beaton
Yes,
side,
that's
of course.
right,
His
yeah.
grandmother Mamie came from
Yeah.
Southwest Mabu, and there's lots of music there,
Yeah.
and love of music. So there's a connection all the way around, so that you can't avoid it.
No, and if you have
Can't
it in
avoid
your
it.
house, like that's where
Makes
you
all the
don't
difference.
really even have to encourage or
Yeah.
anything. If it's there and the instruments are there, then they're gonna
It
play.
happens.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
again. And Lisa and Finley are part of the team that's raising the money to send the grade 11 and 12 Gaelic class off to Ireland. So again, the donations for the Ceilidh tonight are going to that class and the next day or two. So please, you know, dig deep for this great group of young people. They're going to have a fantastic time and a trip they'll never forget. A trip they will never forget. I had the opportunity back in 1996 to be a teacher on a trip like that with American Beaton, but to Scotland, and it's something that it's not only it's a memorable experience for those young people for sure. So we're going to get Cameron and Aidan McNeil, or Aidan and Cameron McNeil. I guess I should go with the older fella first. And it's their house that we're here in. Their mom, Mary Lee, and father, James, are allowing us to come in and use their house tonight. And so round of applause for Mary Lee and James, Aidan, Cameron, and Emma for allowing us to invade the house. Yeah. And of course, they'll have their pipes, and both of these gentlemen have been, at one time or another, duty pipers at the Gaelic College. So another connection to the college, and we very much appreciate what they're doing in that regard, what they do with the Cape Island Pipe Band. Yeah, come on over, guys. Come on over. I'll get out of your way here. Come on down. Yeah. Am I in your way here, guys? Yeah. So, yeah, so you get the big pipes here.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good. So if you're in Wilburn tonight, you'll hear these pipes. You don't have to plug in. So, you have a connection here in Mabu as well. So you have lots of relatives, and some relatives in this very room, and a connection to the Beatons, of course, here, and the Mabu coal mines and places like that. So yeah, there's lots of relations here tonight, and these guys again. Cameron, are you 20? 19. So 19 years old, attends Spain Babel, one of the Gaelic College campus here, and in the Bachelor of Arts in Community Studies with Cape Breton University. We had Cameron last week, and we're great to have him again here tonight. And of course, Aidan's after finishing his schooling with the Nova Scotia Community College.
Yeah,
And now you're an electrician.
that's right. Yeah.
And are you working in Christmas Island, or you're down in Waterford, or where? You're working on a
North
school or
Sydney
something?
now.
North Sydney?
Yeah, the hospital now.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
at the hospital.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Uh-huh.
All right. So and you're still getting time for the piping.
That's right.
Good stuff. Okay, well I'm gonna get out of your way and driver guys. And what are you gonna play? You want to tell us?
I was up with some jigs.
Jigs?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. I'll move over here so I'll be able to people can see. are you playing next, guys?
Was do an MSR, Arthur Big Note of Blockhouse.
Yeah, and just for people understand when you say MSR.
March Just Be Real.
Alright, just leave it. Guys, that was great stuff. Yeah. What's the name of the last one?
Donald Fancy.
Donald's Fancy?
Roddy McDonald's Fancy.
Roddy McDonald's.
Yeah.
Roddy McDonald's Fancy. Great tune.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
So I mean, I mentioned that like Taya was a student at the Gaelic College and Donald was a student at the Gaelic College. I know both of you have been students at the Gaelic College as well. Do you remember how old you were maybe when you first started going? You were more in your teens or you?
I would have been 12, 11, 12.
11, 12, yeah. And that's, so, so you obviously, you know, and I talked a little bit to Cameron last week about that. And did you start piping there, or did you start with Cape Breton Island Pipe Band?
Yeah, we started with Trevor.
With Trevor Kellogg and Ryan J.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing great stuff, like fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
And you guys have just taken it to a whole other level. So really, really happy to have you here in your own house tonight, play these tunes. But you know, thanks for letting us come in, and your family as well. And I know your sister is going on the trip, I think, right? She's heading off to. You guys went to school at Rankin School of the Narrows.
Yeah.
And as your sister, and now for grade 12. Now she's in Dalbrae and heading off on the big trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Great tunes. Yeah, thanks a lot. All right, let's put our hands together. I'm going to bother Joanne McIntyre.
It's okay to stay put, or do you
Oh,
want me
come on over here. Don't be shy. Yeah, so Joanne McIntyre, Joanne Rankin originally, McIntyre now, from Mabel Coal Mines. And
everybody wants to be from Abercoal Mines tonight.
yeah, everybody. We all have a connection there. Yeah. Might be 200 years ago,
Yeah, well.
but it's still there. Not even that.
It was a happening
Not-
spot
not-
200 years
yeah,
ago.
and
so
not
fun,
even
yeah.
that, you know. So
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, a lot of connections to the coal mines for sure. A lot of music, a lot of great pipers came from the coal mines and music and such, and singers. And so Joanne, you're the Gaelic teacher at Dalbrae.
Yeah,
So do you teach grade 9, 10, 11, and 12?
yeah,
or?
9, 10, 11, 12, and the 11s and 12s are done for the year, they're semestered, but I have that
Okay.
11s, 9s and 10s stuff.
9s and 10s. So you're so you've done this before for the Ireland trip. You've taken students over before.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
This
Can
is
you
a-
tell us a little bit
Yeah,
about what
sure.
you're going to be doing and everything?
So this is the third time we've gone to Ireland. We went to Scotland twice before that.
Okay.
Just with regulations and travel and the board and stuff, we're not able to go to Scotland yet. So we're gonna land in Dublin. I have a friend who teaches in the Cavan area, and we're gonna hang out with his students for a day in Dublin and then a day in their classes and learn some. The kids will shadow some of their Gaelic classes and do a little bit of sport and learn a bit about hurling and
Oh, nice.
while they're there.
Yeah, so it's not just cultural. There's
That's
lots
right.
of other things.
Yeah,
There's
totally.
sport, yeah.
And that's what's interesting over there too, because the language is so strong over there. There's
Yeah.
lots of other things to do through the language
Yeah.
that aren't just focused on the
Yeah.
on the music. Like it seems to
Yeah,
be
they
a
have
strong connection
like
here.
Gaeltachts that are very
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah, so Cavan isn't a Gaeltacht region, so we're only spending a couple of days there. Then we're heading
Yeah.
up to Donegal for a couple of days, which is a Gaeltacht region.
Yeah.
And then we'll head over to Carraroe, which was where I spent 3 months in the spring.
Yeah.
And
That's great.
so lots of connections there now, and they have preschool and primary, secondary, and post-secondary all through the Irish language, and the radio station and the TV station. We'll be visiting those places, and we'll also get to go to some of the more touristy spots like Kylemore
Sure.
Abbey, and Diamond Hill is in the national park there. And
Are you actually teaching any Irish to the students before they head over?
I haven't.
A little bit, no? Maybe a
I
few
was
words of praise.
inserting it in a
Yeah.
little bit when I had them. I don't have the 11s and 12s right now,
Yeah.
so they're
Yeah.
not in my room.
I mean,
but-
your focus is on Scottish Gaelic.
It is, yeah. But it's interesting when we'll go through the airports because everything, all the signage, all through Ireland is bilingual. So they'll recognize some words and they'll just not ever be able to say them right because that's what it seemed like for me. I could figure out what they meant, but my boss was not the right one. So, but really interesting stuff going on there with language revitalization and language, just strengthening the language in the communities and so that's kind of what I hope to expose them to so that they can see that, you know, this is it's a different form of the Gaelic language, but it's a living language and people can find work in it and people can, and since we can't get to see that in Scotland, we're gonna look at it there and that we can hopefully bring some of that back here and grow that here. I think we're in a pretty special spot for opportunities like that to kind of work out for us. So that's what I hope they get a bit of a taste.
I mean that's a natural fit with what we're hoping to do in the college as well.
Yeah.
And of course, Ceilidh and the Dalbrae, the Gaelic immersion school, the primary 1, 2, 3, 4, and the work. I think you were involved around that board a little bit over the years.
On that board,
And so the great work that up to grade 3 they're doing there. And of course there's lots of other programs like Nagashkiaka, the Young Heroes program.
Nina and Beth were in that.
Nina, Beth, and Cameron.
And Taya. Yeah.
So actually a number of the players here tonight were involved in the Young Heroes program, which is something for those that are watching to consider. It's an intensive program. It starts late September and goes until the spring. And there's language and mentoring and history and lots of different cultural training and such. And so, I mean, that connection between community and education, it sounds like that's what you're trying to show students.
For sure.
That connection, and that's
and to show that it also, like, it's not just,
it's a living.
there's a way to make it a living culture.
There's an economy,
there's an
education,
surrounding it, totally.
It's not just in school.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so, I mean, I know you're a fluent speaker, of course, yourself. Your father was a fluent Gaelic speaker.
First language,
First language. You had 13 in the family.
15.
15, sorry, 15. And I know this a little bit because my sister is married to your brother.
That is correct, yes.
Yeah.
More connections.
So we'll hand it off to you.
Okay.
We're going to do a couple of songs for us.
Yeah. So I'm going to do one. This one is it's probably the most recent one I learned. It's only really a fragment of a song. There's only a couple of verses on it. And I got some people to help me look, and they searched in Scotland, and they only had 2 verses too. So this is one that was, it was interesting because the first time I sang it down at Dalbrae, so many people knew it because it was on one of these tapes that circulated in houses.
Yeah.
So I found it online because there's a great pile of tunes and lots of songs available online through different resources, through Nagale. I'm trying to think of the name of it'll come to me maybe when I'm singing, the name of the one that's kind of tried to consolidate all of them, and I'm drawing blank right now. Yeah, they had a concert, Celtic Colours, last year maybe, not this past year.
I can't think of the proper name, I should remember.
It might come to
Heather
me.
Sparling and other people are involved in that from
Jane
Cape Breton University.
And Addie Britton. It's through Cape Breton University.
Yeah, that's great because it's...
if they're watching, they're like, it's this.
Yes, yeah.
I can't believe
We're both drawing a blank.
But yeah, maybe it'll come to me. So I found it on there. I was listening to another song, and then this one kept playing. It was like a 30-minute clip, and the first song I was supposed to be learning, I let it play through, and I was busy doing something, and this one popped up, and I said, "Ooh, I like that one." So, and it only had 2 verses, so it was a quick learn. So it's called Avadi Van, and if you're one of those people that had that tape, sing along.
Go ahead, I'll get into it.
Hitchen for the noon of Avarivan. Father, Father, Angarans Miaura, Ancient Father, no, Avarivan, Father, Yellow, Avarivan, Avarivan, Father, Yellow. Åge tror nog min våla. Fader gäller gå av arrivan. Solmarger från dro av arrivan. Slesmarja och namn Wa marunjach is kruiligeren. Zo marjer van droeg av arrivan. Falen jelgo av arrivan. Av arrivan falen jelgo. Och tror nog min våla. Fader gäller av arrivan. Fader gäller av arrivan. Av arrivan, fader gäller och tror nog min våla. Fader gäller av arrivan. Thank you. This next one I'm going to do, it's a familiar one, so I know I have students here that know the chorus, so I hope they will sing. This one is one that was sung by Lougheed and Anne McClellan from down Dunvegan, and he had loads and loads and loads of songs. He had so many songs and stories. There was a lot of collecting done from him, and what a voice, great voice. So this one is Himi 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 Hawat. You might even know some verses over there too. Maybe you can help me if I mess up like I did the last time we tried to sing it. So I'm only going to sing a handful of verses on it. It's got way more. I see far, far away, and it's a hunting song, and he's just talking about getting a deer, felling a deer, and the hounds and the guns and that go ahead, and it keeps going into other things in the longer version, but I'll only do half a dozen verses or so. Oh, and the chorus is Hoodie and Bow might be more familiar for people. Mary Jane actually recorded this one too, so Hoodie and Bow il Yovero Ha. So join in if you know it. Hoodie and Bow il Yovero Ha. Hoodie and Bow, Hoodie-dee-dee-oo, Hoodie and Bow il Yovero Ha. Himi, himi, himi hawa, himi na fei, era viara, Hoodie and Bow il Yovero Ha. Hoodie and Bow, Hoodie-dee-dee-oo, Hoodie and Bow il Yovero Ha. Himi na fei, era viarag sangyawa no hin, nahan jawi Hoodie and Bow il Yovero Ha. Hoodie and Bow,
hanka hari himbo ilyo varoha hari himbo hari riyu hari himbo ilyo varoha legona kil slavia hanka jira byaun sa cherna glanan hari himbo ilyo varoha hari himbo hari riyu hari himbo ilyo varoha jira byaun sa cherna glanan gakun daftaun gananal hari himbo ilyo varoha hari himbo hari riyu hari himbo ilyo varoha gakun daftaun gananal al sarach ashalak thawab hari himbo ilyo varoha hari himbo hari riyu hari himbo ilyo varoha am sarach ashalak thawab Vanakilyanski kalanach hari himbo ilyo varoha hari himbo hari riyu hari himbo ilyo varoha Vanakilyanski kaharin Vanavilchanski kalanach hari himbo ilyo varoha hari himbo hari riyu hari himbo ilyo varoha Vanavilchanski kalanach himi hawat hari himbo ilyo varoha hari himbo hari riyu hari himbo ilyo varoha hari himbo hari riyu hari himbo ilyo varoha.
Thanks, Sean. Beautiful songs, and thanks for all your organizing. I know you have a team of people with you helping out.
Yeah.
Sometimes small teams, but they do a lot of work.
Yeah.
And
Big thanks again to Mary Lee for hosting and the boys for playing for their sister. I don't know. Pretty good brothers there, Emma.
Absolutely, exactly. And I mean, a trip like this, we won't get into all the numbers, but it's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So there's still some fundraising to go. So it's really important. If you want to make a donation, please do so. We'll make sure it gets to them. And if for some reason, if you want to go directly to them, we'll connect dots.
Sure.
I have their email up on here.
Yeah, so there's that option as well. So there may be someone that wants to go directly to you, and we'll make sure that occurs as well. And best of luck with the
And
fundraising.
thank you
and the
again
trip.
to Gaelic College for letting us have this Ceilidh tonight too.
We're happy to do so. We're loving it because not only it's your students, but there's a bunch of our students involved too. It's a nice, it's a very nice connection. It's our
It's
goal.
not an accident that there's overlap.
It's overlap. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
For sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And again, just a reminder, we're here at Mary Lee and James McNeil's home, not in Christmas Island. I want to make sure that I say that because that is home for them. But they have the house here in Mabu as well, and we really appreciate, as Joanne mentioned, the fact that we can be here to do this tonight. I love this time of year because we get a chance to go out to homes and some pubs, and we're going to be doing that in the next couple of months. And just chatting with folks and getting some tunes, and perhaps you're hearing some musicians that you've never heard before. And And that's what it's all about, and to try and promote and preserve and perpetuate the music and the dance and the craft and the language that came from the old country, came from Chinjaltui. And so that's what it's all about. So we're gonna get some tunes now.
Awesome.
All right, we're going to get Vincent McDonald up, and he's going to be joined by Taya. Yeah, go ahead there, Taya. I'll get out of your way.
Just great
So we're
spots.
doing little training spots here, and Vincent, and I think we have some guitar as well. Okay, so Vincent is grew up in Halifax, right?
Yeah.
With strong Judith roots, and is a student over at Bain Babu / Cape Breton University. We have to make sure that that's said in there as well. They're a great partner. If you want to take a Bachelor of Arts in Community Studies, please take a look at the programs that are offered here at Bain Babu. 2 of our students are playing here tonight. There's a lot of musicians, and there's another one in the room as well. There's dancers, there's fiddlers, there's pipers, and more. And connecting the community and the whole thing. And as Joanne was singing, I could saw Vincent sing. You were doing some of the song with her, most of the song actually, because he has a lot of Gaelic, and a lot of these young people have a lot of Gaelic, which is wonderful to see. Yeah, emphasizes the importance of it. How long are you playing the fiddle?
I started with classical music
yeah.
when I was younger, and then I hated that. I switched to Cape Breton style.
Switched over, yeah.
Just a pandemic. So
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it's only about like last 5 years?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've heard you many times. You've every time I hear you, it just, there's more tunes, it keeps on getting better, and I see you in videos, going to sessions and all the rest. And a little shout out to that, like Port Naga on every couple of weeks at Ndrakich. There's a great opportunity for tunes if you're looking for tunes, or at the Admiral on Wednesday nights. Although I know you'll be busy watching our Wednesday occasion, but if you're not, you can go back and watch it. And the Admiral has great sessions there.
Wednesday nights in Sydney as well. now.
Wednesday nights in Sydney at
Triangle.
the old Triangle. There's other places too, down in CBRM, in
Blue Mist.
Bollinger, or Labrador, the Blue Mist as well. Frolic and Folk, I think, have some things at times. And Saturday night,
Saturday.
yeah, music Saturday nights. And of course, you can go to places like the Celtic Music Center on Sunday afternoons, and many other places. So I don't want to miss any. But there's sessions, I believe, at the Doryman as well, started off in the last couple of months too. So watch for them. And Shetty Camp. Any others I should mention? The Island Folk.
Folk does one.
Island
once
Folk. Watch that once a month as well. So there's lots of different ones. So, and if we think of any more, we'll mention them to you as well. We're getting. Winston's going to play a couple of selections for us. Does that sound good?
I'll play a set in A minor, and then I'll end with tune in D.
Okay, so Vincent, and your accompaniment is on piano. You saw her on the fiddle earlier, and of course our guitars, Mr. McDougall himself, and Taya, Corley, Angus D, Kenny, Sandy, Finley. Okay, it's on the piano for this one. Drive it.
Thank
outstanding stuff.
Thank you.
Well, I want to thank you very much for the music. I'll say a couple words and then we'll one little blast kind of finish it off, and then we'll take us out with the Katie. So again, thank you very much for the musicians, to Finley on the guitar tonight, and to your mom, Lisa, as well. So thank you to you folks, to Taya on the fiddle and piano, and Donald on the piano tonight, Donald Gillis, to Vincent on the fiddle. Of course, to Cameron and Aidan McNeil, to both the McNeil guys, for letting us come into their house and for the great music here tonight, as always. And of course, Joanne McIntyre for her song. And am I missing anybody? Did I forget?
Wilbur.
Oh, yes.
Don't forget Wilbur.
Yeah. I can't forget Wilbur. Nina Tubman, right?
Yeah.
And so Nina as well on her fiddle, and Wilburn's been. I've never heard Wilbur mentioned so much in all my life. It's wonderful, actually. So Portage Road too. So, but thanks for all the musicians. Again, if you want to make a donation, I encourage you to do that. Like, I know there's people online. We have people that tune in every week. They're from Ontario, places like Toronto, they're Texas, across the pond. Maybe you're in Ireland right now, or in Scotland, and you're watching this and you want to help these kids get over to this trip in March to Ireland. It'll make a real difference. I know there's a lot of fundraising to do for this. I know that every dollar is going to matter. So please reach into your pocket and help these kids get to where they need to be. It'll make a difference in their lives, and I don't say that lightly, because I know it will. So again, thanks. Please take a look at our website. Our March break programming is up. We usually get anywhere from 120 kids. Usually there's 2 different sessions. Take a look for the summer programming. We have Kitchen Fest coming up June 27th to July 5th. We'll be announcing in the next couple of weeks the venues, dates, times, that sort of thing. And then we'll announce the music later in the spring, who's at each venue. So watch for that though in the next couple of weeks. Places like next door, the Red Shoe Pub, or whether it's the Old Triangle in Sydney or Bordor Lakes Inn, or wherever it might be. Please take a look at that, and you can help. It'll help you in planning your vacation, if you're planning a vacation to Cape Breton, and you'll get a feel for where the shows are at and the times and such. And CBFM radio, tune in anytime, cbfm.ca, and you can hear the music being played regardless of where you are in the world online. And next week we'll be at another location, and again, houses, pubs, that sort of thing. So in a couple of weeks we'll be in Bedeck, actually, and during their Winterfest. That's not the proper name, but their Winterfest schedule that's happening. Lots of activities there. So take a look at that in a couple of weeks in the Bedeck area. Lots of winter activities and music and things happening. So that I can tell you for sure, that we're going to be in the Bedeck area in a couple of weeks. And we'll end there. Again, let's put our hands together for Mary Lee and her family for allowing us to be here. And for great music. And for those that just came out to listen as well, thank you very much. And I think when you were singing Lockie Denen's song, of course, from Dunvegan, but his daughter lives
Right across.
You're looking out the window, and you can see her outside the window. So Marie McDonald, and
That's right.
or locally Marie Pat, or Marie McDonald, and so there's lots of connections happening tonight. Great, guys. Thank you very much, and we look forward to the little blast of tunes, and thanks to Ryan as well for the video as well. Thank you very much, Ryan. What are you gonna send us off with, Vincent?
Let's see. It's some maybe B minor stuff, B minor jigs.
Sounds good. Driver, and that'll take us out to Katie. All right. Thanks again for tuning in.
Maybe
Freedom.